Salut! Today I wanted to talk about pronoun complément. So I'm gonna explain you what a complément is, then I'm gonna show you the different pronoun complément, mainly the two main ones, and then I'm gonna show you where to put them in the sentence and how we can use them in context. Okay, so first, what is a complement? Complément, exemple, je mange une pomme. Okay, je is the subject, sujet, so it's the one that does the action. Okay, so I do the action, I'm the subject. Mange is the verb. Okay, it's the action. So what am I doing? I eat, je mange. And une pomme, that answers the question what. Okay, therefore it's a complement. And in this context, it's a direct object complement. So in French, we call that COD. So it's a complement because he answered the question, what do I eat? What do I eat? An apple. So who eats is the subject, je. What je does, mange, it's my verb. And je mange quoi? I eat what? Une pomme. Therefore, it's a complement. And this one is a direct one. So what is the difference between an indirect complement and a direct complement? If I give you another sentence, je parle à ma mère, I speak to my mom. Je is the subject, parle is my verb. À ma mère, it's complement because it does answer the question to what, to whom. In this context is to whom, okay. And it is object, but it is indirect. So in French, COI, indirect object complement. Why is it indirect and why this one is direct? Because if you look at it, we have here a, and here we had nothing. So if you have a preposition between your verb and your complement, if you have a in between, then we are talking about indirect complement. If you got nothing between your verb and your complement, then it's direct. So in other terms, this one is indirect, rather this one is direct. Okay? You'll tell me, but why? Why is it indirect? Why is it direct? And I answer, because. That's it. There's no logic. Parler asks a after. You can't have parler without a. So it's parler à someone, parler à quelqu'un. Manger is direct. Manger something. You eat something, but you speak to someone. So in English and in a lot of different languages, it works the same. Now be careful about one thing, is that sometimes in English a verb will be direct, but in French it will be indirect, and vice versa. Okay? If you look at it, the verb in English to listen is to listen to, but in French, so that is indirect, you got to after. In French is écouter, and there's nothing after. So in French it's direct, rather than in English it's indirect. So don't think because it's indirect in English, it must be indirect in French. It is not always the case. Parler à, manger, without anything. So parler à, in fact, is parler à because all verbs of communication in French are indirect. So you parle à quelqu'un, téléphoner à quelqu'un, écrire, to write à quelqu'un, dire à quelqu'un, to say to someone something, literally. So it's à. So do you understand the difference between an indirect verb and a direct verb? In real grammar, I would say it's slightly more complicated because we are in fact talking about what we call transitivity, direct or indirect transitivity. So some verbs are intransitive, other verbs are transitive, direct, indirect. For now, I'm just saying direct and indirect verbs, and I think that's fine. We don't need to go too deep into the grammar for no reasons, I would say. So once you understand the idea of indirect and direct, then you have to understand that for the direct verbs, so for instance, if I say je regarde là. Je regarde la télévision. I watch the TV. Je, sujet, regarde, verbe, la télévision. It is a C-O-D. Right? Because there is nothing here. So regarder, it's a direct verb. Now, if I want to use a pronoun, in other terms, if I want to substitute that, and if I want to use another sentence without repeating this, la télévision, then I have to say, je la regarde. Je la regarde. I watched it. So la is the television. La regarde. If instead of having la télévision, we had a masculine thing, je regarde, I don't know, je regarde le chien, the dog. This is masculine. So instead of having la, we would have le. Je le regarde, because the dog is masculine. Le. La télévision is feminine. La. Okay? So the list of direct complement pronouns is me, te, le, la, nous, vous, and les. Les will be for them, yeah? So that would be tu me regardes, you look at me, you watch me, tu me regardes. Je te regarde, I look at you, I watch you. Je le regarde, it or him. La regarde, it, for feminine things, or her. Nous regarde, us. Vous regarde, you. And les regarde, them. So, je regarde mon père et ma mère. I watch my father and my mom. I look at my father and my mom. That becomes je les regarde. Ouais? Je les regarde. I watch them. So you see in English, it's the pronoun is after I watch them. In French, it's before I them watch, literally. So please be careful about where you put the pronoun. It has to be before the verb. Before the verb, always. Now be careful if you are using sometimes nous or vous, je, vous. And here you have to be regarde. Regarde, because it's je who is the subject. Regarde. So it's not regarder, it's not vous. Vous is not the subject, so please don't write that. Regarder, because that would be wrong. Okay? It's je which is the subject, not vous. So please be careful when you are using pronouns. Sometimes I see my students who are conjugating wrongly the verb because they think that vous is the subject. In fact, it's je. I watch you. Okay, so vous is the object and je is the subject. So please be aware of that. Okay? Now, following the same pattern, then if you have a negative statement, so je, we said je la regarde. And that becomes je ne la regarde pas. Je ne la regarde pas. Okay, so we have here a negation. Je ne la regarde pas. So first the negation, then your pronoun, then your verb, and then the negation after. Okay? If we had a passé composé, je Then you do have to remove, because you got double vowel here, we remove that, and it becomes je l'ai regardé. I watched it. Okay? So be careful. L apostrophe for le and la if you got a vowel starting afterwards. So that will become je ne l'ai pas regardé. I haven't watched it. So first the negation, as always. Then you have, sorry, I'm gonna put that in red for easy to be. Then you have auxiliary. Then once again the pas in between the auxiliary and the past participle, as always with passé composé, and then your verb here again. So je ne l'ai pas regardé, I haven't watched it. Okay? Now the last thing, if you have two verbs such as je vais regarder la télé, I'm gonna watch the TV, then when you are using a pronoun with this, you need to know where to put it. And in fact, you have to write je vais la regarder. Yeah? Because la is linked with regarder. So you have one block here and you have one block here. It's I am going to do what? To watch it. It's not I'm going it to watch. It's I'm going to watch it. So la and regarder are together. So la goes right before the verb, yeah? So it's not this verb, it's that verb. La regarder, watch the TV. So you had one block here and you had one block here. Je vais, I'm going, what? To watch the TV. Je vais, what? To watch it. So that is together, that is together. So that doesn't go here. So be careful when you have several verbs like that. You need to ask yourself, where does my pronoun go? And in fact it goes right before the verb that it is associated with. Yeah? So these are the list. Me, te, le, la, nous, vous, les. Here's some negative work with it. Here double verbs. And we had before, I showed you before, the normal sentence with only one pronoun. Je regarde la télévision, and that becomes je la regarde. Yeah? We said. Okay, so this is the direct pronoun, so les pronoms complément direct, and in another video I'm going to show you the indirect ones. Okay, au revoir.